You ready to talk some movies, Brennan?
Yeah, okay.
Well, let's go. Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth!
What the heck's going on?
It's the right thing to do, though. You're supposed to buckle up before you start the engine.
That's true.
Starting-
Whoa!
No copyrighted music here.
Oh boy, I guess we gotta explain this one first.
Yeah.
So hi, welcome to the Corrupted Youth Podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm Brennan.
And
We're in a car.
yeah, we're in a car because our time's been pretty limited lately with Halloween prep, making costumes, getting all sorts of things made for our Halloween display at the main house. And
Yeah, you think that Halloween would be a time for us to, like, sit back and watch a ton of horror movies, but we do not have time for that.
no, I
It's
actually
not the season.
This is the first year I don't think I've watched a single horror movie.
I've watched,
so
I
far.
think, 2.
Yeah, so this is the time we have to do a podcast. So I'm taking Brennan back to his house, and we've got a little special treat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a trick,
Yeah.
but we're going to be driving for this one. So it's kind of like a drive time episode, I guess. Only we're not going to drive somewhere and watch a thing and then talk. We're just going to drive Brennan home. So maybe I'll come up with a snappy name, maybe not. Who cares?
It's like you're in the car along with us.
Yeah. And
You can't communicate, and we're going to talk about the Real Ghostbusters.
yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do because we had enough time to watch an episode of The Real Ghostbusters. And we couldn't watch a movie. We just didn't have time. We were just too busy today, and this is our only time to get one in for October.
But hey, pretty cool episode you picked out, too.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of it?
It's, Halloween, something Halloween night, never ending.
Yeah. When Halloween was forever, you dongles. So we picked an episode of the Real Ghostbusters cartoon, which if you're not familiar with that, they made a Ghostbusters cartoon based on the movie in the 80s, and it was very popular at the time. And we're covering episode 8 from season 1.
Mm-hmm. Right out the gate, season 1.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a pretty cool episode. It was one of my favorites when I was a kid.
It's a Halloween episode, which is cool, too. Of course there would be something spooky happening on Halloween.
Well, of course. And what kind of spooky things occur in this episode, Brennan?
Well, they bring back... what's his name? What's the dude's name? But the guy who... Not the guy. But the legend that Halloween is based off of from Ireland.
Yes, which is Samhain, if you want to pronounce it more Irish.
Samhain?
Yes. But most people would know it as Samhain. And in this episode, they just say Samhain. So, whatever. The Irish, it's a bunch of kooky letters just jumbled up together. And it probably, even if you just makes sense the way you read it, it's not going to be pronounced that way. Gaelic is weird.
Gaelic is very weird.
But normal if you speak Gaelic, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, so the Ghostbusters doing their typical Ghostbusters things, and they find out that, oh crap, it's getting really busy as Halloween approaches, and of course they're suspicious of it. Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
And as it turns out, they see on the news that some ancient ruins from Ireland are currently in New York. And it's over, like, what, they say, like 1,200 years old or something like that?
Yeah, it's from the 6th century, they say. I think that's what they said, so...
So it's pretty old.
The year 500 you're dealing with. Very old.
Uh-huh. And as it turns out, a couple little goblins show up at the museum and release, we're just going to say Samhain, because that's just what we're going to say. Deal with it.
Yeah.
And, he gets released, and his goal is to make it forever night.
Halloween forever.
Which sounds pretty rad.
Sounds awesome. Yeah, I want that every Halloween.
I'm down for it.
Because next thing you know, Halloween ends, and you're like, it's November.
Yeah.
Spooky season's over.
I mean, granted, you're going to dip in the Guarvember.
That's true.
So I found a way to just keep things rolling.
Yeah, Christmas, it's a little hard to... kind of hard to make that spooky. Holiday season isn't the best, but...
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the Ghostbusters don't like Halloween that much because they want to stop him. And also, he's creating clouds that cover the entire globe, so it's nighttime everywhere, which... that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty nuts. Like, if we were to power scale Ghostbusters ghosts here, this Sam dude, he has to be really powerful to do something like that. That's insane.
I mean, played a big one there, Gozer and Zool and...
Yeah.
Everybody from the first movie.
Yeah.
Which, go ahead. Why don't you describe how the Samhain character looks?
But yeah, he looks real cool. He has a big pumpkin head, big spooky mouth. Yeah, and he has like a cool cloak too. Pretty simple, but very effective, honestly. It's a pretty fun design.
It really is, and that's what stuck with me when I watched it as a kid. Was just the way he looked was super cool. And
yeah.
It's kind of how you want your, like, I don't know, entity of Halloween to look.
Yeah. Plus, too, with the Real Ghostbusters as a whole, some of the ghost designs get pretty stupid. Like,
it does.
Silly. I mean, I don't blame them at all.
It was made for children.
It was made for kids. The budget, you can tell they did not have a lot of budget.
No, it's pretty limited. I will say, though, that there were episodes that must have gone to a different animation house. And a lot of those kind of... because it was weird. The show pretty much ran like 6 days a week. You'd have your weekend episodes, which were on ABC in the mornings, and then they had syndicated episodes that ran daily, and some of those were kind of cool. And that's kind of where sometimes the different animation house would pop in and be like, whoa, this episode actually looks pretty decent. Kind of like in season 4 of Transformers.
Oh, yeah.
How there's just like a couple episodes that looked amazing.
Yeah.
Like movie quality. But whatever. Back to the Ghostbusters. I mean, so Samhain calls on all the creatures not of this world. And I might throw a clip in there of that because his voice is rad.
Yeah, it is.
My little ones, it is time at last. All of you, all things not of this world, come to me. All come.
And by doing so, he also calls in Slimer, who is just, if you're not familiar with the cartoon, they hang out with the slime ghost from the first movie. They call him Slimer. He's comedic relief. He's also just there for children.
Yeah. I like Slimer, too.
Yeah, this is like before Slimer gets annoying on the show.
Yeah.
When they start focusing on Slimer too much. But Slimer did get his own spin-off comedy series.
What?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't know, the show's like, it's fun for kids, you know, as long as you think about it that way and you revisit it. You know, I don't view it as a comedy because the jokes didn't land with me as a child even.
Some of the jokes in this episode were kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, they probably can get away with more of the ghoulish stuff if they throw in some levity.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's also hard, too. Ghostbusters was pretty much an adult comedy.
Yeah.
Transferring that into kid appeal.
It's like trying to make a RoboCop cartoon.
Oh, who would even think of doing something like that?
Yeah.
Oh shit, they did it.
Yeah, the stakes seem pretty high in this episode too.
They do, because there's all sorts of ghouls mucking about and goblins and all sorts of things. Even the guar eyeball with the wings is hanging out in one part.
You get a nice montage too of all those ghosts and spirits attacking people.
Yeah. And my comment was, boy, this cartoon sure is shoving diversity down our throats. Because, whoa, man, they had Asian people, black people in this episode. There was a gal in a wheelchair.
Yeah, they really had it all.
An Irish ghoul.
Yeah, an Irish ghoul.
I don't know.
That's an immigrant.
Maybe they just don't like the Irish. No, I joke about that, though, because, I don't know. They've always done this stuff. I don't give a fuck with people. Anyway.
I like in the montage, too, because, like, it shows, like, a Halloween party, and the dude goes bobbing for apples. All the apples turn into monsters.
Yeah, and that water definitely looked yellow, so I think Samhain turned it into piss, which would be hilarious. That's actually a great gag.
Yeah, that would be real funny. Yeah, that would have me maniacally laughing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So, I guess the Ghostbusters really caught on when the two goblin guys who let loose Samhain show up at the firehouse and pull a prank on Janine, who, you know, thinks that they're trick-or-treaters. And she instantly sicks the Ghostbusters on them. And they go out and they just start busting ghosts because the PKE meter, can't get that wrong.
Yeah.
That thing's going hog wild. It's off the charts. We got dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
It's cool, too, because Samhain's just chilling out on top of this big tower. Yeah. Like, all the ghosts circling him. Like, yeah, looks real cool.
He's digging it. But yeah, they instantly can smell the human on Slimer.
Yeah.
So they just start messing with him. They've got these, like, they're being all mean.
Yeah, I feel bad.
I mean, what are they going to do to him? He's dead.
True.
But, yeah, they're not really cool with him.
They also got the clock. He turned the clock into a big spooky face.
So apparently, yeah, they've got until midnight. If they can't stop him before, you know, midnight, then it's going to be Halloween forever again.
Oh, no.
Darn.
My little ones, I am very proud of you all. You have done well, but the night is young, and we have much to do. Much to do to make sure that Halloween never ends. That from this moment on, the world shall know only eternal night.
I don't know. There's a whole lot of them, like, busting ghosts and different things like that.
Filler.
Yeah, it's just kind of, yeah.
I wish there were scenes of, like, Samhain trying to figure out what a car is.
Well, there are ghosts. There's a lot of, like, ghosts and ghouls driving cars in this for some reason.
Yeah, that was weird, because, what's his name? Egon? The guy with the glasses? He has to try to get these big lights, these ginormous lights to shine on Samhain, because he doesn't like light.
Yeah, because they do have a confrontation with him.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, why are you messing with my little ones? Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to get it. Like, but Egon just puts a flashlight on him, and that's enough to scare him off.
Yeah.
He doesn't, like, enjoy light.
So he's trying to set up these lights by... And they're on wheels, too. It's big lights on wheels. Instead of pushing them, he has to hook them onto ghost car. He has to hook them on weird ghost people driving a little tiny ghost car and get them to, like, drag it into position and then shoot the chain. I don't know. Really weird, convoluted plan he put together there.
Right. I don't know why they didn't take Ecto 1 out either.
That's very true,
because
too.
Because I'm sure it has a trailer hitch.
Yeah, they're just, like, running everywhere. New York's really big.
And those proton packs, pretty heavy.
I'm sure they are, yeah.
Not in the cartoon, though. They just make them as light as they need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also sends the other 3 Ghostbusters to distract Samhain on top of the tower. Well, he does this all by himself. He doesn't even let him in on the plan.
Yeah, really silly.
Yeah, cartoon logic, I suppose.
Yeah.
But there's a part where they're going up the tower, and it's just showing them through windows, walking upstairs, busting ghosts, and I thought it looked like that old video game. The one where it's like, Ghostbusters!
Oh, yeah.
At the end, you gotta go up the stairs. Which is horrible. That game, that's the worst part.
Is it an LJN game?
I don't even remember.
Probably. Yeah.
So yeah, they make it up the steps. They have a confrontation with Samhain, and then he reveals that they have Slimer in their grip, and they're gonna do something terrible to him because he starts fading away.
Yeah.
And
They get Slimer to break out, because he's in, like, some trance or something.
yeah, he's getting weak.
Yeah. They like, wake him up just by yelling pizza. It gets him excited.
And that's when Egon turns on all the lights, like rigging up a power pack to it.
Dang, those power packs. There must be some serious energy packed in those things.
Well, they're like, what do they call it in the movie? Like an unlicensed nuclear,
Yeah.
like, accelerator. So, yeah. I mean, I guess it can. I liked how Egon was having problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it didn't work right away.
Yeah.
And he said, sometimes I think the universe, is...
Knows when I get too cocky or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the light weakens Samhain enough and is distracting him to where they can, hit him with shoot the energy wands at him, whatever they call them, proton packs. And they don't cross the streams or anything, but they catch him, throw out the trap. And that's it.
That's all it took.
They just
normal trap.
Yep. Egon somehow manages to run up there really fast. They go back to Ghostbusters HQ, stick him in the containment unit, which I like the containment unit on the cartoon.
Me too.
Like, it's a little bigger. They can peek inside. It's like a bizarre alternate universe in there. Or just like floating rocks and stuff. Just a bunch of ghosts mucking about.
Feel bad for him. He's trapped in there.
Well, they said he seems pretty patient. Because he waited 1,200 years to come back, so... It's a matter of time. He does return in another episode.
That's right, yeah, because they're like a bunch of ghosts that show up. Like a bunch of different ghosts, right?
Yeah. I mean, even the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man comes back.
Yeah.
But he's like doofy and dumb for some reason. Has his own personality. Really bizarre. Then, I don't know, Janine and Slimer pull a prank on the guys.
Which they don't seem too happy about.
No.
I mean,
They
that
don't.
guy did just block out all sun
Yeah.
from the earth, so...
Yeah, and even when they thought about turning on all the lights in the city, he made all the power go out.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do? All in all, I mean, you know, we're not the guys to really give you a full history on the cartoon.
Yeah.
It gets kind of convoluted, but there's like some pretty interesting stuff. I would check out Toy Galaxy.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really fun.
Yeah, they give it to you in probably like 15 minutes. They just run through everything, and it's pretty cool. But, I mean, it's like any cartoon from the 80s. It's there to sell toys.
Yeah.
And the toys were pretty cool. It's interesting, the redesigns that they do on the characters.
I see why they had to do it. You can't have a bunch of guys that all have the same hair color, pretty much, you know. Gotta make them look unique,
I'm
different
sure
colors.
there was probably likeness issues and licensing things.
Ooh.
That might have played a factor, I'm guessing. But in the cartoon, in that universe, the movie exists.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
The movie is a movie about them and what they did. And the events of the movie did take place. And they're supposed to be the real world. So that's pretty interesting. And like there's even like a cool thing where they explain away the uniforms changes because the uniforms that they had in the movie, because they got covered in marshmallow goo and stuff, were so just radiated with ghost energy that they couldn't use it, but they were planning on putting on new uniforms anyway, so they already had them. And then like weird ghost versions of themselves possess like the uniforms. That might have been like the first episode. But yeah, it's kind of weird.
The Boogeyman episode is really good too.
Oh yeah, where Egon's got childhood trauma.
Yeah.
You know, one interesting thing about this cartoon, and I like to bring it up all the time, is the original voice of Venkman was done by Lorenzo Music, who was the voice of Garfield.
Very fitting.
Right. And apparently, Bill Murray was not a fan. He did not want anybody to associate his character with Garfield, who was just a fat, lazy cat, right? So they ended up changing the voice actor to Dave Coulier, who is best known as Uncle Joey on Full House. And he does a pretty good version of the voice. Like, you can't really tell too much when they transition over, which is weird because he just kind of sounds the same, right?
Yeah.
But the irony is that Bill Murray ended up playing the voice of Garfield in the movies. So what the hell, Bill Murray?
Money. Money. He saw a paycheck.
He totally did.
Yeah, he takes it personal up until a point. Once there's enough commas in there,
Yeah.
he's like, okay.
Once he realized he could get some of that sweet, sweet Garfield money. Because Lorenzo Music is dead at that point. What are you gonna do?
This was a fun Halloween episode, though.
It really was. I mean, it obviously more playful than our usual romps, but also, like, we haven't really covered any TV shows.
Yeah.
I guess Evangelion counts.
We did that, yeah.
But that was a dongle talk episode.
We did Young Sheldon.
Oof. Man, was our prediction wrong on that shit?
You're like 1 season, maybe 2.
Yeah, I gave it like 3 months or something like that.
It's still on air.
Yeah.
Still making new ones.
Who is watching it? Who watches Young Sheldon? I don't know.
People that are like, I like Big Bang Theory.
Oh, it's people's grandmas.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
That plays a factor into it.
People that still watch TV, which definitely cuts down that viewer base there.
I don't know. There's way better shows you could watch.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like covering the same type of factor. Like, I don't know. Watch any version of The Wonder Years, I guess. The new one or the old one. Watch Everyone Hates Chris. That's probably way better.
Watch Andor.
Watch Andor. Watch
The Real Ghostbusters.
The Real Ghostbusters. Where are you going to find it? I don't know. I had it on DVD, so I'm sure there's a place for you where you can find it if you've never seen it. Or if you want to check out this specific episode. Because it's pretty fun.
You can buy it for like $2 on Amazon if you really wanted to. Or find it online.
Yeah. It's somewhere. It's probably on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
If you dig hard enough. Because I'm sure it's not really a thing that anybody's really clamoring after. They probably just started charging people for it recently. Because, you know what? A, they can, and B, Halloween's coming up.
Yeah. I would love to see this story retold again.
Yeah.
In like a movie or something.
It would be pretty cool.
Good Halloween one.
Alright, well, here we are. We're in the heart of Madison, Wisconsin right now.
Lots of college kids running around.
Oh, yeah. You live in the thick of it.
The thick of it, yeah.
You were surrounded by sororities and fraternities, and it's pretty amazing because you're not that guy.
Not at all.
But so, yeah, this is the end of the line and the end of our episode. We made it through. We got Brennan home safe. And, hey, dongles. All the usual stuff. T-Public store. Facebook Dongle Den. Show us your memes.
If you want to talk to us about the Real Ghostbusters, you can email us at
corruptedyouthpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, thanks to you, the dongles.
fellow podcasters, too.
Yeah, thank you. And we will return faster than Samhain. And, hey, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth! Corrupted youth!
When Halloween was forever, you dongles.